We have a speaker. We usually like to close out these sessions on the conference with a neuroblastoma survivor. And because I'm sure your heads are just filled and you're not sure what the heck is going on, you've got so much, put into your system now. So we do like to close it out with a neuroblastoma survivor, so you get an opportunity to see that this disease can be beat. And I just met this young man through Dr. Sokol at Lurie Children's Hospital, and his name is Aiden Stotz. And he's going to go ahead and talk a little bit about his story with neuroblastoma. Aiden?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aiden Stotz, and it is my profound honor and an absolute privilege to stand before you today. Before I get into my story, I want to acknowledge the incredible efforts that have made this event possible. First and foremost, thank you, Pat and Nikki, whose tireless work and passion for this cause has brought us all here today. I also, to the doctors and researchers in the room who work tirelessly to advance the technology, but also the discourse surrounding neuroblastoma and pediatric cancer. I also want to thank the parents and families of those facing neuroblastoma. Your strength, love, and resilience are an incredible model for those around you and set an incredible example of steadfastness in the face of adversity for those sake. I can speak to that firsthand, as I am fortunate enough to have my parents and grandparents in the room here to support me from the day of my diagnosis, throughout treatment, and now today. I would not be the son, grandson, brother, student, or person that I am today without all of you. So, thanks. Lastly, thank you to everyone else in the room who was here to advocate for and champion the cause of neuroblastoma awareness and research. Thank you all for being here. Finally, I get to talk about myself. To reintroduce me, my name is Aiden Stotz. I am 21 years old. Today I wanted to focus not on the nitty-grittiness of my treatment, as we have all gone through a long day of research and numbers and data and science, but I'll be more than happy to discuss all of that with you if you would like. My focus today will be on the lessons that I learned, how my family and I found hope through the hard times, and how my mom's favorite phrase, "it takes a village," was one of the most important ideas we relied upon during and after treatment. I was 4.5 when I was diagnosed. The biggest warning signs that something was not right with me was that my high energetic self, who loved to wrestle with my dad, started to complain of really bad stomach aches, and I became increasingly sluggish. After some initial tests and scans, we ended up at Children's Memorial in downtown Chicago. It was there that I was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma. My treatment consisted of multiple rounds of chemotherapy, radiation, triple tandem stem cell transplant, a bone marrow transplant, tumor resection, and a myriad scan tests and blood work, and then some. This joyful bunch of activities took the course of about 1.5 years, and I entered into remission around the age of 6.5. While I do not have many memories of this time, and that is definitely for the best, there are some stories that I want to share with you today. Funny enough, Jay, in his speech last night, had a very similar story regarding the nasty, disgusting contrast that we had to drink for our scans. In order for me to agree to drink the liquid, my dad and I turned it into a game. So for the doctors and nurses in the room, maybe plug your ears for this part, but my dad and I would push me and run down the hallway, that was the killer part you don't want to listen to, in my wheelchair, and every time we got to the one end of the hallway, I would have to take a sip, and we would do that for as long as it took me to drink, and I was a kid, so I took baby sips, so it took probably a lot longer than it should have normally. Creating moments like this, true moments of joy in the middle of something so overwhelmingly terrifying, was what my family and I had to do to maintain hope. When I referenced the phrase, "it takes a village," earlier, this refers to not just family and friends, but to our doctors and nurses who are somehow able to transcend the pain that is pediatric cancer and bring so much happiness. My family and I are still very close with many of the doctors and nurses, and we lean on these people to this day. You can really never have enough people in your corner. I know this because one of my former doctors was one of my letters of recommendations for grad school. Hope is a deeply personal and unique experience to each of us, and the key to discover what hope looks like for you is to hold on to it and to let it guide you through life's challenges. For me and my family, it was loved ones. And finding that for yourself and for your family unlocks a powerful new source of resilience and inspiration. Now for some less heavy material, I'm a recent graduate from the University of Wisconsin-Madison with a degree in global health. and health policy. I say a fist bump in the room, I love that. I will be attending a Master of Public Health program at Boston University this upcoming fall, much to the dismay of my Boston College alumni father. My program focuses on epidemiology and biostatistics, and my tentative plan is to pursue a research focus in cancer epidemiology. Makes sense. So if any of you are connected or know any epidemiologists, please, I'll be happy to give you my email. Please find me after. Things non-school related, I've played soccer my entire life. Go Arsenal. I was a groomsman at a wedding a few weeks ago, and I'll be a best man in a wedding next June. And I say all of this to reinforce the fact that there is hope. Despite the feeling that everything may be scary and terrifying in the moment, hold on to what hope means to you. Thank you again to Pat and Nikki, and thank you all for your time today.